So what made you choose to do yoga in a brewery?
It was just a way to build community, really. So I think I proposed that class maybe about a year after I'd been certified. So I'd been kind of bouncing around different studios. I was seeing things that were working really well, things that were not working so well. But I wasn't in a position to change anything. I was just an employee, oftentimes an independent contractor. So I really had little influence over creating the community that I think is so important for yoga. I don't think it's about just dropping in and unrolling your mat and breaking a sweat. I think it's about the relationships that you build, often with yourself, but then other people, and having that studio connection, having that like actual physical location is important. So I didn't feel like I had that in Charleston. One way that I could do that without opening a studio was to create this community inside the brewery. So I proposed to a brewery that had opened. They'd opened maybe like 3 months before I talked to them. They're very local focused. And so I came in, I said, I'm local, my students are local, and this is what we want, a place to gather, a place to support each other in all these different ways. And so they were super open to it. And we are going on, I think it'll be 4 years, 4 years of the brewery class this May. So I'm very, very excited about that.
How many classes a week do you run there?
So I just do one in that location. It started out small, so it definitely was not my moneymaker. I was doing other things to have a more consistent income, working in studios where I was actually an employee, where some taxes were being paid for me, where it wasn't just me doing everything. But I'm really proud to say that class has grown exponentially, and so that's what has made me feel confident about opening my own brick and mortar studio.
And that's the goal?
That is the goal, for sure. That's the goal. That's the dream.
The dream is owning your own space?
Yes, absolutely.
Why do you want to own your own space? Why would you want all the property taxes, all the leaks, all the dirty toilets?
Believe me, sometimes I think about that. It is nice to show up into a space and just get to teach and get to come home. But overall, I don't have a lot of control in that environment. I don't have a lot of say. I don't have a lot of influence. And I think I am a person who likes an element of control. No amount of yoga is going to take that away from me. I like a little bit of control, and I like to know that I'm creating the best experience possible for my people. So if I'm in a studio where the management isn't ideal, or the location isn't ideal, or I'm limited in what I can teach and offer, I am limited as a teacher. And then by extension, their yoga practice is limited. And I'm well aware that a lot of people who practice with me aren't getting a lot of yoga in their lives. So it's not like they can just choose something different. They can choose to go someplace else, especially the people who come to the brewery. Often that's their only yoga experience ever. And they're probably not going to seek out anything else because it's beyond their comfort zone. They don't think of themselves as yoga people. They'll do it in a brewery and then they'll do it with me. So sometimes they'll come to my other events. And if I open a studio, I feel like it'd be a way to kind of bring them into that more holistic yoga experience.
Cool. Because one of the dangers of opening up a space is it costs a lot of money, or can do. And once you've done it, you open the doors and go, ta-da!
Sure, yeah.
And wonder where the customers are.
It's terrifying.
So do you already have a list of customers?
I do. And I've also kind of considered the fact that, I have been told explicitly by people, and I've built these relationships with them over years. I believe that they will come to my building, but I can't be certain. I can't ever know for sure. I believe at this point in my career, in my teaching experience, that people will come, but it's just not a given, and that's really, really scary.